Alright, let's go make some food. Hey y'all, welcome to Cook on Farm. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to show you how I prepare a roast. Come on in, let's check out our ingredients. For my roast, I'm going to just use simple salt, pepper, garlic, and for my side, carrot and potato. And just shy of a 3-pound rump roast. I also caramelized a small onion just in some coconut oil and butter, salt, pepper, and a full quart of beef stock. All right, first of all, we are doing this in a crock pot today. I've got baseball practice. I've got so much stuff going on. This is a tougher roast. This is a rump roast, so it's gonna need a little bit more time, slower cooking. So we're gonna stick this in the crock pot. I'm gonna set it, forget it, head to baseball, everything else that I gotta do, and then we'll come home to a nice hot dinner. All right, let's head over there and show you what's inside. So I also have a small grilled onion. So these I've caramelized. So the reason that I have caramelized these onions is because I am thinking food done, I need gravy with amazing flavor. I am going to add about a half a quart to a quart of some beef broth. If you want, you can use bouillon, doesn't matter. All right, depending on how and when you want this, you set your timer. So I've got this in here. I just lightly salted those onions. I'm gonna put some potatoes and carrots in here. No particular order, except for the fact that I'm gonna make it so my roast is not sitting directly in the liquid. Now I'm just gonna sit this on here and head back over and get my roast ready. So I am just gonna simply salt, pepper, garlic this. And you wanna be pretty generous with your seasonings. And then pat it down. Those of you who've seen my steak know that I don't like to rub my meat too much. I feel like it kind of tears it up a little bit. So I have my cast iron on a medium heat. The bottom of the pan is covered in coconut oil. This could steam, splatter, smoke, because this has been heating up. So you might want to turn your fan on. I am not going to because y'all won't be able to hear me. So you want to make sure this is super, super warm. You want to see your fat in here rippling. I am going to carefully put this in just like you do a steak away from you. You're going to do all 4 sides. So this first one, I'm just going to set it straight down. And kind of, oops, there's my onions. And kind of step back a little bit. If it starts to fall, you can hold it with your finger, or a wooden spoon would be good too. And you want to leave it to get a crust on it. And it's spitting. I did dry my meat before I put it in here, so that I don't have water also in there. All right, let's give it a little tip. A little bit more color than that, okay? Let's take another look. There we go, that's more of what we want. So like I said, you want to do all 4 sides, or, you know, whatever shape your meat is.
6 sides.
6 sides in some cases. This is like, I don't know, it doesn't have a sharp end on the side. If you want to shape your meat, go for it. I just grabbed this one at the thing. If you were putting this in an oven, you want to put it in you want your oven at 350 degrees. And if you're doing a dry roast, which is what an open pan would be, you would just take it, after you brown it, straight into the oven and cook it from there. It's about 30 to 35 minutes a pound. But again, I'm doing it in the crock pot. So I have my crock pot set on low for 4 hours. I might be home before that, so we'll have to take a look-see and see if it's done. Woo! Nice. Some of the sides are super hard to get. You kind of have to hold them with tongs. So once I get this brown on all sides, I'm gonna do fat side up. I'm gonna add a little bit more broth to this. I want the potatoes pretty much submerged and the meat to be elevated. When you add your broth, do not pour it on your meat. It will wash off your seasonings. And I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper on those veggies. All right, I'm gonna put a lid on this guy. I'm gonna use it later for making my gravy from the juices in there and in here. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna head out and we're gonna go to baseball and come home to a nice hot meal because it is cold. It snowed, what, 2 days ago? It was 45 degrees, I think today was the high, so.
Now that's a home run.
So I'm going to pull this guy out and I'm gonna take his temperature. So I'm gonna take a fork and stab my potatoes. They're all super soft. My carrots have a little bite left, like I actually like them. So let's check our meat. We are done. This meat is a little bit tough. It's just a tougher cut. Cover it in foil. We're gonna let it rest at least 15 minutes. And I'm just gonna leave it in the foil like this. You can, if you use your crock pot, you can just stick this in your oven and let it just rest in a cold oven where it's out of the air flowing around it, which is what I'm gonna do. So now I'm straining out the juices that I put in and also that the beef let out. I'm gonna strain this in my fat separator, watching that beautiful fat line separate. Oh, gorgeous thing. And then I'm gonna head over to make a roux, and it's pretty close to equal parts butter and flour. I am actually using wheat flour here, and I'm just gonna toast that up till it's aromatic, and then I'm gonna pour in that quart of stock, and I'm just gonna whisk it, and it's gonna slowly thicken. We're gonna let it boil, add a little salt and pepper, and there you go. All right, I'm gonna cut this guy up. Remember, this is one of the tougher meats, so the longer it can cook, the better. That's moist. So good. I love that brown. When you brown the outside, it seals in the meat. So good. Cooking your carrots this way, especially if you're using bone broth, all those nutrients go into those carrots too. Carrots need a little salt. Otherwise, perfect dinner. All right, guys. This is what we're having for Easter. I hope you guys have an amazing Easter, and we pray that you are blessed this Easter. Bye, guys. Okay. Oh, something's flashing. Why is it flashing? It flashes when I'm not talking. Oh, no.
In the crock pot.
In the crock pot. Actually, my heat is not on. There we go. Okay, good. All right. Yep. Okay, guys. So.
Okay, go.
Are you done? It's chilly, so I gotta go add a gazillion layers until I look like the kid from that movie. What's that movie?
Christmas Story.
From the kid from the Christmas Story. That's what I will look like.